Welcome back to the Pro Organizers Coach podcast and YouTube channel. I'm so excited for today's episode because it is episode 150 of the Pro Organizers Coach podcast. And I want to thank you with an extremely amazing offer, if I do say so myself. So, the offer I have for you is $150 off any course at proorganizersacademy.com. And I'm going to get into that a little bit more as we go through the episode. But today I want to talk about what it is that you need to have your dream professional organizing business, not someone else's dream, but the dream that you have in your heart to create your own professional organizing business. And what I've learned over the past 4 years or so between running my own professional organizing business, having a community of professional organizers that I coach, and having my courses that help you start and streamline your business so you don't have to learn the way that I did, which was trying to piece together a bunch of different information and being so confused all the time. With the course, you can use the code 150 in the academy as a one time. You get it off of one course, one time, and you want to make sure whichever phase of business you're in that you use it strategically. It also ends on December 31st, 2025. So make sure that you go and get this code because this is the most that I have ever offered as the biggest discount. And I want you to be able to take advantage of it because I never want money to be the reason that you can't start your business and start helping your community the way I've been able to do in mine. So today, I'm walking you through the exact roadmap that I wish every organizer has when starting or growing their business. And it's the same roadmap that lives inside of my academy. So, first, why do you even need a roadmap? Well, first, you have to have a plan. If you are starting a business, you need a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, you are going to be so overwhelmed that a lot of people end up stopping just because they're overwhelmed and don't know what to do next. Also, trying all the things creates confusion and burnout. Believe me, I know. A roadmap gives you direction, it gives you clarity and confidence. You know what the next step is that you're supposed to be doing to start your business so you can get out there and get working with clients and change your life, your family's life, the lives of people in your community, your clients' lives, obviously. So you shouldn't feel like you're guessing. You should feel guided. And that's why I am so thankful that you have chosen me as your coach, is because I see myself as a guide. I want to guide you so you don't have to go through nearly as much stuff as I did. And the academy was built to give you this specific roadmap. The reason the academy exists is so you are not trying to throw spaghetti at the wall to figure out what works. You have a proven system that walks you step by step by step to creating your business and getting you working with clients. So, start your business with clarity and confidence is step one to having this roadmap of starting your dream organizing business. You have to know what you want, and with clarity comes the confidence. So you want to start with that. When you create foundations in your business, the more that you can focus on the foundations over perfection, the better that you are going to do as an entrepreneur. I promise you, I have learned this one the hard way. Knowing who you help and how you help them is another step that you need in the beginning. And then true clarity on your offers, who your ideal client is that you're speaking to, and the process that you take them through so they can go from a cold lead or even a warm lead to your actual client that comes back for more and more and becomes your biggest marketing machine. So, other simple setups that you need to know in the very beginning are things like Google, email, basic social media stuff, intake forms. The list goes on and on and on. And I wanted to make sure that you understand your mindset matters. You don't need confidence first. Confidence comes from taking the next step. You also don't try to look like a brand, just start by helping one person. So those are a few things I've learned as like your first steps that and places that a lot of us get stuck when we're first getting started, especially that perfection thing. It likes to come up where, oh, I need to make this perfect before I tell anyone about my business. And that's not necessarily true at all. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, but you will get clarity and confidence as you go one step at a time. The fear will go away, the perfectionism, all of that goes away as you work through the steps to create the business of your dreams. So, all of this and so much more is taught step by step in the How to Start Your Professional Organizing Business course that gives you the exact foundations that you need from, oh, hey, I want to start an organizing business, all the way through even how to do your first phone call, consultation, session, and follow up. All of that is included in this course. And I just recently had a lady on the community. She purchased the course, but it took her a little while to purchase the course. And she reached out to me because she had a question. And I said, hey, here's my phone number. Just give me a call. Let's hop on a quick phone call because I could tell she was very stressed with her first client she was working with. And we started talking, and she said, Samantha, I honestly have been so burned by buying things and it never measuring up to what I thought it would be, whether it was courses, whether it was vitamins, it didn't matter. Like she named off multiple different things that she had buyer's remorse over. She said, but this course and this community that it brought me into, she said, it goes above and beyond. I am so thankful that I spent the money to get this because it has taken away the anxiety. It has given her the step by step system, but it's also brought her into the community because with the courses, you get 3 months free in the group coaching community. So that way we can support you as you're doing your homework in the course, as you're setting up your business. Maybe you're trying to figure out what name you should go with. And in the community, we have weekly group coaching sessions. Once a month, I bring in a guest expert that is going to teach us something specifically for us as professional organizers. I've honestly tried to think of anything and everything that can help you get your business, your dream organizing business off the ground and get you working with clients. So, that being said, phase 2 is build a website that converts. Your website is your online home. Clients will check your website, even if they found you through social or Google. More times than not, they will go to your website. Now, it must pass what they call the 5-second test because people scroll nowadays. They look very quickly. So you need to be able to show them who you help, what you do, and how to book with you. Super simple and very quickly on your homepage. Your homepage in a website does like 90% of the conversions from a website. Now, not 90% of conversions for everything, because of course, some people are going to come from Google. Some people are going to come, from word of mouth, things like that. But the people that look at your website trying to decide if you are the right organizer for them, if they cannot figure it out on that homepage, then they're going to find someone else or they're not going to feel like they can connect to you, which is why the name of my course is How to Create a Website That Converts in 5 Days. I've created a template that you get on Squarespace. And it's super simple. I created the modules in the course that you just watch them. You edit the website template, who you're talking to and what you're talking about and all of the things. And then you're able to publish a website that has a formula that is proven. The other thing I want you to realize with a website is simple is better than fancy. It does not need to be fancy. We can create it extremely simple. It just needs to have the right information on it in the right order. And that's why I created that template, is because every template that I tried to use to recommend for organizers, if they're created for a different profession, it doesn't show up the way that it should for us as professional organizers because we are a local service based business. And when you're a local service based business, helping someone with their pain point, but it's also something so personal, like us coming into their home and we're going to be going through drawers that they may not even let their husband go through, right? So they've got to be able to trust us. So there's a little bit of a different formula. You can't just pick any random website template and hope that it works for you. So even if you are not techie, my How to Launch Your Website in 5 Days course at the Academy is definitely what you need. All right. Phase 3 of my academy is to learn how to work with clients. This is my newest course I've just created. I'm also, after the beginning of the year, getting ready to launch my How to Market Your Professional Organizing Business course, but more about that in future episodes. So, how to work with clients. Most new organizers think that success means, all right, I'm just going to show up and declutter. That's what I thought in the beginning. I didn't know any different. I didn't know what else to do. But the best organizers, they know how to do the phone call, how to lead the consultation, how to set expectations and boundaries with their clients, how to coach their clients through overwhelm, how to price their services with confidence, how to create wow factor moments for their clients so they do become their biggest marketing machine, how to deal with challenging clients. Like the list goes on and on and on of the things I put in the Learn How to Work with Clients course because I wanted you to have the confidence that you need to work with clients and build your business and show up powerfully because you are a powerful woman. If you are choosing to step out and start a business, you are obviously being called to do this. And so I want to equip you so you can go out and help them in the way that they need to be helped. Plus, sessions run smoothly when you run the system. And that's another thing in the beginning. A lot of times, our clients like to try to take over. We just were talking about this in our group coaching session this past week. Because if you let the client run the session, them running their own home a lot of times is what actually got them in this place. Like you have to help them learn, hey, we've got to shift a few mindsets here. We have got to look at the house as a puzzle or look at this room as a puzzle. And then we need to ask questions like, what are you wanting to use this room for? Yes, we need to declutter, but as we implement systems, we need to implement them in the way that your brain works. Are you more macro organizing or micro? Like there's so many little details that go into it that you learn as you go. But me creating these courses is so you can learn it before you go in. And it doesn't have to take you a year or two to figure it out the way it took me. Maybe not that long, but you get what I'm saying. And so this is where I want you to gain real confidence. The How to Work with Clients course, I walk you through the entire client journey, the exact systems I use with my own clients. There's so much more in there. Again, go to Pro Organizers Academy, go down to the How to Work with Clients. If you click on it, when it takes you to that next page, there's a video of me showing you what is included in that course. And of course, it also brings you into the group coaching community for free for 3 months. And then it's only $24 a month after that because I want to support you. And I want you to have a community of other organizers that are supporting you as well. All right, a couple more things. I wanted to talk about the lessons that I have learned over the past 150 episodes. Some of the biggest takeaways that I have learned, whether it's working with clients, whether it is coaching my ladies in the community, whether it's, creating these podcast episodes for you all, whatever it is that I'm doing, the things that I've learned that I think are the most important are you do not need to be perfect. There is no such thing as perfection, but it is good to have a purpose. That way you are being called forward because on the days that it gets hard, you need a why and a purpose that is pulling you forward and to know that you are called to this. Clients, they hire people that they trust. And so the more that you can relate to them, the more that you can not just create your business in what you think it should look like or it should be, but to actually be who you are and to talk to them in that way, that's going to help to build that trust. Now, on clarity, like I said earlier in the episode, clarity comes from action. You are not going to get clarity sitting behind a desk hoping that it works. Yes, you can get some clarity, but the real clarity comes when you actually do a course, when you show up to group coaching sessions, when you start working with your clients. All of those things, clarity will come, and you can always tweak, figure out your niche, do all of the steps that need to happen over time. But at first, if you can have that clarity that comes from taking action, it's almost like planting a seed for your business, right? Like you are taking a leap of faith to know that I've created something for you that is going to get you there further and faster and with way more confidence. Consistency wins every time. This is a huge one that I have learned. No matter what it is that you're doing, whether it is showing up for clients, whether it is starting the business, whether it is being a mom, like whatever it is that you're doing, consistency wins every time. You have got to stay consistent. And then your calling matters. This calling for you, you are going to be changing lives, not just your family's life, but people in your community that are in need, that have never been taught how to declutter and organize, or they don't have the time to declutter and organize and they're stressed out. You will be helping to change their life. And so your calling matters. All right. So, what I want for you moving forward is a streamlined process to create and run your business so you know exactly what your next steps are. I want to help you create a peaceful, purpose driven business where your calling is front and center, clients who value your work. I want you to have confidence in every step along the way, a supportive community with the POC group coaching community, and a path that tells you exactly what to do next, which of course is exactly why the Pro Organizers Academy even exists. So you have every single thing that you need for the exact phase of the process that you are in. You don't have to guess anymore. You literally have everything you need at the Academy. So just go check it out. And again, don't forget, you get $150 off one of my courses as a thank you for being around for 150 episodes. And in those 150 episodes, there's so many good episodes in the past for sure. And the more I learn, the better these things get. And the more that I'm always, always, always thinking about you and how I can support you and help you grow in your business. And so again, the code is 150. You can apply it as a one-time use, and it needs to be used before December 31st, 2025 at midnight. I believe in you. I am praying for you. I am so thankful that you have chose me as your coach. And I look forward to seeing you inside of the Academy. Thank you for being around for 150 episodes. Woo! All right. Have a blessed day.